New Year! And welcome back to my channel. My name is Peace. Since it's the end of the year, I want to give you guys a brief recap on my experience as a notary signing agent. There are a bunch of things I love about this job and some things I'm not really a big fan of. I've made tons of mistakes that I've had to learn from, and I feel like now's a great time to create action steps for next year so I can accomplish my goals. Now that that's out of the way, let's go over some positives. First and foremost, I am so grateful to be able to pursue a career that allows me to make my own hours and is a direct reflection of my own efforts and work ethic. When it came to my normal 9-to-5 salary job, I felt like it didn't matter how hard I worked, how many hours after work I stayed, or the amount of time I spent working on projects outside of work during my free time. I still got paid the exact same amount, and I felt like my pay wasn't a reflection of how hard I was working, and that killed me. And it didn't make me want to work harder because in all honesty, I could slack off and still get paid the same amount. But as a loan signing agent, I get paid for the work that I put in. So I am so appreciative of that. I've noticed that I've become more patient and understanding of other people's perspective on things. And I've met some of the sweetest, kindest people ever. One signer even made me banana pancakes for breakfast because she was so grateful that I was able to come over so early. But it was only 9 a.m. I've also had not so positive interactions with some signers. There was this one time where I called up the borrower to confirm the appointment the way I usually do, and she didn't even let me finish my sentence before she started going off on me. She was blacking on me, yelling, and I was just so confused because what does this have to do with me? She was saying, notary for what? I don't need this, blah blah blah. And she also had some choice words to say to me, and she was just going crazy. And instead of yelling back at her or hanging up the way I would normally approach a situation like that, I just sat there calmly and tried to listen and understand why she was so upset. And it turns out, according to her, that another notary had already appeared before her a few weeks prior to complete the exact same package. And I guess something happened to the package that called for a re-sign, and she was just concerned because that notary had all of her sensitive information, and she was just confused as to why they were throwing another notary at her instead of getting the information from that package. I don't know, it was all very messy and confusing, and I feel like I got caught in between something that had nothing to do with me. But I do bring this up to say that things like this happen all the time outside of notary work, and it's important for us to remain kind and understanding of one another because you never know what the next person might be going through. So I've definitely been getting better and better with that with this line of work. Next is the traveling. I've lived in New York City all my life, and I haven't been to a quarter of the places I've been to since becoming a notary signing agent. I knew New York had a lot of rich people, but I don't think I realized how rich these people were. I've also tried so many different foods that I probably would have never thought to try ever in my life. And again, I've interacted with so many different characters, and I just feel so cultured. Lastly, and my most favorite part, is that I don't answer to no one. I've had traumatizing experiences with micromanagers and supervisors with superiority complexes, and that has been a major factor in my burnout rate, and that has led me to leave my old positions. And I didn't appreciate how I was told to suck it up because you have another 40 years of work, and that's just how it's always going to be. Does that sound right to you? So I should willingly subject myself to what's basically psychological warfare because that's just how it is? Is that really how it is? Or are you just too scared to try something outside of the norm? I think it's clear that I have very strong feelings about this subject, but I am grateful that I am in a better place and I have this platform where I can speak my mind. Moving on to negatives, I think the things that I don't like about this job more so have to do with the cons of signing services in general. I don't like the ultra last minute stuff because it can be pretty disruptive to my normal schedule, and I'm not always close enough to my home to print out the documents on time for the last minute signing. I don't like the miscommunication that happens that leaves me scrambling to try to put all the pieces together, but I do think this is just a natural consequence of when there's too many cooks in the kitchen, so hopefully I can minimize this by going direct. Also, I don't like the lowball offers. This is embarrassing to say, but I once took on a refinance, 2 signers, joint credit, which meant double the amount of paperwork, approximately 160 pages, so 320 pages in total for $70. And I had to drive 45 minutes to get there. And I know, I tried to counter offer, but the agent would not let up. But what was I gonna do, not make money? Ugh, it's so tough out here, but I'm hoping next year I can pick up more direct clients. This brings me to my mistakes. For one, I do want to stop accepting such lowball offers. I feel like it's not okay for the signing services to feel so comfortable offering so little for such large sets of documents. And I feel like the more that I continue to accept lowball offers, the more normalized it becomes, and that's not right. The next mistake is in reference to my marketing tactics. At first, I thought it would be so easy to walk in, introduce myself, give my pitch, and then follow up with the companies that I've been in contact with. But I quickly realized that it's much easier said than done. Things began to get sloppy and I wasn't really following up as frequently as I wanted to. And it just felt like I didn't have any real structure to my strategy. And things have slowly began to start falling apart marketing wise, and I've really been struggling to obtain and secure these direct clients. This last mistake is in reference to more of a logistical issue I've been having. In my pursuit to do any and every signing I've been offered in order to build up my experience, I haven't been realistic about how I'm getting to these different signing locations. And this leaves me in a situation where I'm on the road more often than I'm at the closing table. And this decreases the amount of signings I can realistically do in one day. Okay, so now that I have those off my chest, I want to address each and every mistake and how I plan to counteract them. The first thing I want to implement in the new year is learning how to be more assertive when counter offering and letting things go when it's just way too low. I feel like now that I have a little bit more experience, it's time for me to start focusing on actually increasing my income. At this point, it's not even about being greedy. It's about trying to get these services to be practical about their fees. In terms of marketing, I did purchase a marketing course that's geared towards notary signing agents. And there is a 30-day intensive program that's geared towards increasing the amount of direct clients that you have. I'm still at the beginning of this process, so I can't give you guys much feedback just yet, but I would like to tell you guys more about this program in a different video and let you guys know what my results were and if I was indeed able to get direct clients within 30 days. At this point, I'm just hoping for one consistent client, so yeah, I'll let you guys know. As for my logistical issue, I feel like that's a very simple fix. I just need to stop trying to be Wonder Woman and choose an area and accept signings in that general area for the day. That way I can get more done since I'm not traveling hours and hours to get from one signing to the next. So yeah guys, this is the end of the recap. 2021 was a great year. I took a chance on myself and this is where it landed me. I learned so much, I've earned so much, and most importantly, I created this channel where I get to interact with you guys. Y'all have been so kind and so supportive from day one, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think of you guys. I love making content for y'all, and I love when we get to share our experiences together because it lets me know that I'm not in this alone. All I want in the new year is for us to grow together. So leave me a comment down below in the comment section letting me know what new things you plan to incorporate as a loan signing agent. I hope you all have a wonderful new year, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.